Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Spooky Sunday video. This video it was kind of random. I was literally getting ready and I was like, you know what, I want to film that. But to be fair, a lot of my videos are inspired by CJades here on YouTube, and I think she has a series where she does haunted places, like the most haunted places in certain places, if that makes sense. So it's kind of inspired by her, like a lot of my videos are, but I wanted to look at the most haunted places in the UK and see what is apparently the most haunted places here and maybe read some of their stories. So without further ado, let's get on into today's video. Like I said, because this video is random, just randomly decided to film it right now, I haven't prepared anything. So I'm going straight onto Google and type in most haunted. I'm going to screen record it for you actually so we can look together. Most haunted places in the UK. Alright, so where do we go? Should we go on the National Trust? Because that's quite a trusted source, I think. We'll try that and we'll see. Alright, our most haunted places. We look after many ancient buildings, so it's no surprise that some play a host to a few ghost stories. Meet the headless phantoms, strange apparitions, tormented souls, and one kindly spirit with a fondness for children. Okay. I'm gonna skip all this bit. What's this? Hear real-life ghost stories from The Vine. Dominique Shembry, collections and house officer, retells some of the real ghost stories from The Vine in Hampshire, a Tudor home with links to Henry VIII. From ghostly apparitions to spooky voices coming from nowhere, these tales will send shivers down your spine. There's a video, so let's watch this.
Welcome to The Vine. 500 years of history has been walking through these walls. So we've got lots and lots of things that have happened here over the course of those 500 years. We've got several odd sightings that people have seen, particularly in this area. I'm standing right in front of the cupboard that used to have the house cleaning equipment in it. And about 20 years ago or so, one of our conservation assistants at the time was pushed in the back into the cupboard and had the door slammed on them by something. We don't know what it was, and given that there was nobody else in the building at the time, it was a little bit spooky. And also in our chapel, lots of visitors and several of our volunteers have seen a lady dressed in grey seated on one of our visitor chairs with her head bowed in prayer, and lots of people just ask, oh, how long has that lady been sitting there? And nobody else can see the lady.
I'm just going to pause it there a minute. I feel like a lot of haunted places, especially in the UK, always have a grey lady. There's a prison near where I live in Shrewsbury, and I worked there for Halloween because they do like Halloween shows, and there used to be death row there before the death penalty was banned in the UK, and I sadly got put in the death row wing, which is the most haunted part of the prison, and I'm not even joking when I tell you I was absolutely terrified. Me and my friends also had ghost experiences, so I have done a video talking about the ghost experiences we had at the prison, but if you want me to retell them, I can try. It's been about 4 years since it happened, so the old videos where I speak about it are probably way better for details, because in 4 years you just tend to forget little details and stuff. But that was a terrifying experience. They also had a grey lady that apparently walked around in the death row wing, and I just feel like a lot of places I go to have grey ladies. But we'll watch a bit more of this video. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole thing because A, I don't want to get copyrighted, and B, it's quite long and we're only on the first spooky location, but we'll watch a little bit more.
One or two incidents fairly recently. We were doing some research into Sir Charles Chute and his service in the First World War to celebrate the centenary, commemorate the centenary of the First World War. And we were sitting in the volunteer tea room, and suddenly footsteps rushed up and stopped outside the door. And dear, who is that? Nobody is out there. So and then heard the same thing again. So my colleague just yelled out, well, if you're going to just stand there, at least tell us if you can help us find out some information about Sir Charles and the First World War. And then a voice just said, yes, I can. And we both looked at each other and thought, did we just hear that? Yes, we did. Nobody else in the building. It was definitely a man's voice, so very weird.
Okay, I'm gonna stop at that. That is so weird. When I was first listening to that story, I was like, it's whatever. And then when she said it replied, She's laughing about it, bro. I would be running home. I would be running home. Right, let's go on to the next one because I feel like that video is a bit too long. The headless ghost of Anne Boleyn, doomed wife of Henry VIII, is just one of the ghosts believed to reside at Blickling Hall, Norfolk. It's said that she reappears every year on the anniversary of her execution. There's no like video for that one, so I don't know. By the way, I will have any links of anything that I use in this video. I'll have them in the description, so if you want to go and read through everything yourself or watch the full videos, it will all be linked down below. Guess one, it says, is Buckland Abbey haunted by the doomed spirit of Sir Francis Drake? Did the man who defeated the Armada really sign a pact with the devil at the Buckland Abbey, Devon? And does his ghost still lead a supernatural pack of baying dogs? I feel like this website is low-key trying to sell us day trips. So I'm gonna stop the screen recording. I'm gonna find a more interesting website and then I will be back because I want this to actually be a spooky video, not to be sold day trips from the National Trust. I don't know if England is just low-key boring compared to the rest of the world, but a lot of these are just big castles, olden time stories, all that sort of jazz. I've tried my best. I've scoured the internet and it's still just showing me stuff where people are trying to sell me things. This one I thought was kind of interesting and it's in the West Midlands, which is near me, so I may feel brave one day and go, but I don't know. Ghosts and stuff terrify me, which is why it's low-key weird that I do Spooky Sunday, because out of everything you'd think I'd do true crime, seeming as it interests me, and I do criminology at university and I want to be a homicide detective, but I just feel like there's that side of me where I'm learning, I want it as a job. It's a little bit more morbid, whereas I feel like my YouTube, I like doing my fashion content and I like doing my Spooky Sundays because it's a little bit more fun. I don't know, but they terrify me. Ghosts and the devil and all that stuff literally terrifies me so much. I guess it's funner because you get someone that's scared doing it, which I think is kind of funny sometimes. But anyway, back onto the video. I found this one and it says Ashton Hall, West Midlands. This red brick manor house has racked up quite a few ghosts since it was completed in the 1630s. The very first tenant, Sir Thomas Hall, allegedly murdered his cook, and the ghost of his daughter, who he locked away for 16 years until her death, is also said to wander the halls alongside Holt's houseboy and a green lady thought to be his housekeeper. Keep your eyes peeled for ghostly royalist soldiers too. There's a hole in Ashton Hall's staircase made by a cannonball when the house was under siege during the English Civil War. See, it's creepy, there's like ghosts and stuff, but at the same time I think it would be really interesting to see the history of the house. I'm also a nerd for buildings, so this building to me right now looks amazing. I love old buildings. I love how they used to build stuff. The buildings nowadays are so boring to look at. I feel like if I went there, I'd go there to see the history, the cannonball thing, the building, because I'm a nerd for buildings. I would keep in the back of my mind that there's apparently ghosts there, but I'm not getting sketchy vibes from this picture. Are you getting sketchy vibes from this picture? You know, sometimes you can just look at pictures and you feel terrified. I'm not getting that from this picture. I'm gonna look down. I want a proper creepy story. I feel like this video is turning into a little bit of a fail, but I've gone on images and I just feel like I want to look at some of the scariest places. Top 11 haunted places in Britain. See, I don't like these things. We have loads of ruins like this where I live, and there's one that my friend wanted to go to, and we went there with Lewis actually because Lewis was looking for a place to film his music video. If you guys know Lewis, it's Lewis Wright. He does music. If you want to go and watch all his music videos and listen to and stream his music, that would be very much appreciated. It's Lou on Spotify. But anyway, we were looking for a location for a music video and we drove to this place that looked like that, but it was at night time, and like I said, I am scared of ghosts a lot, and it was dark in the middle of a field with a ruin like that, and they were laughing at me because they think it's funny, even though it's not funny. It was terrifying, and there was like a little basement thing and Lewis literally went in it. I wish you could see it because it was scary. It was like inside the ruin, and then there was these random steps leaning down into some basement thing, and there was a kind of gate, and Lewis walked down there and it was just a big black hole at the bottom, and I just, oh my god, I hated it. I hated every second of it. So I hate buildings like that. Just a random story for you because they just creep me the hell out. What is this? This looks like something that you would see on a movie. I don't think that's a haunted place. Okay, I found a video, so obviously I will link the YouTuber in the description. I have decided not to go for that video because it has the copyright music all the way through it. So I found a new one and it says 10 most haunted places in the UK. Again, I will give credit to the YouTuber of this video and have it all linked in the description. We won't watch all of it, but if you want to go and watch the whole thing, you can go over to their channel. This is what I'm going to end this video on. It's been all over the place. I probably should have pre-planned this video and not gone into it blind, because I would randomly sat down and was like, oh, I want to film a video. Next time I will plan it. But let's get into this YouTube video.
By popular demand and with a little help from a friend, we're taking a look at the 10 most haunted places in the UK. Number 10. The Tower of London. It was once home to murderers, traitors and also many innocents, and has many ghosts lurking within its walls. They include Henry VI, Catherine, the 5th wife of Henry VIII, Dame Sybil, nurse of Prince Edward, and there are also rumours of a bear ghost that haunts the tunnels.
Of course, Tower of London has definitely got to be on there. The crazy ass shit that used to go down in there back in the days when it was used. There is no way it wouldn't be on that list. Tower of London is creepy as shit. Let's go into number 9.
Number 9. Chillingham's Torture Chamber. Located in northern England, Chillingham Castle features a sinister and dark dungeon that is said to be one of Britain's worst torture chambers. This room is said to have created many hauntings, including those of Scottish victims who were killed during the early wars. Marks can be seen on its walls where prisoners kept track of the number of days they were tortured before death finally released them.
I've never heard of that before in my life. I thought that was a real body when I first saw that, and then I realised it was a very long time ago, so it was probably a prop. But what the no wonder that's haunted, especially if a place has had people who've been tortured in it. Bound to be some scary ass ghosts in them. On number 8 then.
The Glasgow Necropolis. Its nickname is the City of the Dead. However, this giant Victorian cemetery has a more undead myth linked to it in the form of vampires. It is said that people have heard voices among its gravestones, and the strange mist is said to wander around the graveyard at night.
What do you all think? Do you believe in vampires and stuff like that? I would love vampires and stuff and all the fantasy things that we all like to exist, because it would just be interesting. Like, life would be interesting if there was magic and vampires and all this sort of stuff. But then again, would it be interesting because we would probably get murdered by them? I don't know. What do you think? Do you believe in vampires? I want to hear your opinion. I'm going to fast forward this to the number 1 spot, and then we're going to end this video because I want to know what's at number 1. I don't know actually if it's ranked from most haunted, least haunted to most haunted, but that's what I'm going to assume, so I'm going to go to number 1.
Number 1. Glamis Castle. Glamis Castle takes the top spot as the most haunted castle in the country, and it has current numbers totalling 20 different ghosts. Among the spirits are the Grey Lady, the ghost of a woman with no tongue, and the ghost of a young black boy. Other paranormal activity includes banging noises, sheets being ripped off beds in the middle of the night, and doors that mysteriously open even though they are locked and bolted.
Okay, so that is the number 1 spot. But again, it's that Grey Lady. Do you see what I mean about UK culture? It always seems to be a grey lady in every haunted location. I don't understand where all these grey ladies are coming from. I don't know. They said there was 20 odd ghosts there, and it's the most haunted castle in the UK. I hate to think of castles being haunted, even though they definitely are, because again, I'm a nerd for buildings and I would love to live in a castle if I was ever rich enough. I would love to live in a castle or a Georgian building, just anything that's built really nice. But then everyone always says how haunted they are, and then that's what puts me off and terrifies me. So it makes me sad because they're such nice buildings. I would much rather pay more money to restore an old building that's been built beautifully than buy a newer house, which everybody is got their own wants in life, each to their own sort of thing. If you want to live in a new build, that's fine. I'm just saying, me personally, I'm a nerd for buildings, so there's nothing wrong with new builds, and if I wasn't so scared of ghosts, I would get an old cute house. But yeah, that is the end of today's video. I feel like it's going to be a long one, but then I might edit a lot out because there's some bits that I filmed that really don't need to be in this video. But regardless, I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to smash a massive thumbs up. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, I will see you soon. Peace.